Sis, I'm so glad that you answered because you asked me about my go-to makeup routine and a bunch of other questions over on Instagram. So let's get ready together. Okay, I did go through all of the questions and already kind of break them into 5 different categories so we can kind of stay on track. It is quite a few questions. So first of all, thank you, sis, for asking the question so that we can have questions to answer. Go ahead, grab your cup of tea or a cup of wine, depending on where you are in the day, and let's hop right on into it. I'm a dry skin bae. Well, it's kind of changing. I'm getting a little bit more oily around my T-zone, but for the most part, I tend to have dry skin. So I like to use the Milk Hydro Grip for primer, especially on days like today where this really is just my everyday face. This is my girl. She is going to grip my makeup and still allow some of that natural oil to come through, that dewiness that the dry girls love, okay? And ignore my nails, child. I am in the process of packing and moving, so we don't have no nails today. We looking real stubby. But okay, first question. Let's just go ahead and knock out the relationship slash family category because y'all wanted the tea. So the first question was, girl, how did you meet your man? Asking for myself. Well, sis, I am so sorry because this is not going to help you in any way because I did meet my husband in high school. We did not start dating in high school. We started dating in college, but yeah, girl, we met in English class in 10th grade. So there is no like dating pointers that I can give you because I've been married since 21, child. I don't got nothing to offer in that space. Nothing that's been tested by me, at least. How about that? Now listen to me. If you want that everyday my skin but better, the Demesa Myrix Yummy Skin, the blurring balm, is a one and done type of product, okay? I am wearing this in shade 6, and I like to apply this with a brush over a sponge, and I'm really a beauty blender type of girl, but I do prefer the way that this looks on my skin with a brush. So the next question is, you don't show your kids often. They don't want to be on camera. Okay, when it comes to content, especially the internet in general, I believe that children should have a choice in whether or not they want to appear in my content, especially now that I have a middle schooler. Like, he's going to school. Y'all remember what middle school is like, right? Middle school is not easy. So I want it to be his choice to appear online for everyone, including them other kids at his school, to see. And I also don't know if we can say that kids are in a space mentally where they can logically make a decision like that for their future self. Like, we don't know where they're going to end up in the future. And I don't believe that a child has the same mental capacity to say, yes, this is fine with me. I have no problem showing up on camera. At 5 and 6 or 2 or 3, even though I'm talking about motherhood or family, it is from my point of view. So you don't necessarily need to see my children or my family in order to get my point of view. I think if my content was more geared towards marriage advice, relationship advice, behavioral issues with children, then sure, it would make sense that you would need to see how I'm operating in real life in those spaces with the people that I'm talking to you about in order to see if that advice makes sense or is practical or worth anything at all, right? But because I am not in those spaces, honey, you can see them in passing. There's no real need for my kids to appear in my content. Let's be clear. My son is 12. Sometimes he don't want to be on camera, or sometimes he don't want to talk. Period. So I'm not about to shove a camera in his face or tell him, okay, well, we have to take this picture today, or I have to shoot this campaign today. So slap a smile on. Come on, let's go. Kids just don't function that way. I'm not going to force that onto them. And as far as my baby, who is 9, he's down, child. But it's part of his personality because I can recognize that he has a little bit of people pleasing in there. I can see it because of who his parents are. And so in that sense, again, it goes back to what I was saying about thinking that my child can truly make a logical decision on being on the internet at 9 and how that's going to affect him in the future, even though he's just wanting to please me, I have to be aware of that, and I don't think that it's necessary, and therefore he ain't on there, okay? But you see how that's giving your skin but better. Yeah, that's what I like to do for my everyday look. These two questions kind of go together. It's how do you balance being a mom, wife, and social media? And can you share tips on how to grow professionally while being a mom? Since social media is currently my profession, these two things are going to go hand in hand. Or at least I think my answer is going to work for both of them. While I am a big believer that we can have it all, you cannot do it all by yourself. And I think shifting the mindset to understand there are certain things that I cannot do right now, either professionally or in my household or in my relationships for each stage or phase. I was trying to say stage and phase at the same time, child. So, what that looks like is going to be different for you depending on where you are professionally as well as where you are as a mom or as a wife. If you have young children, there are certain spaces that you cannot show up the same way somebody who does not have children at all or has older children like I do. And my kids aren't even that old yet, but I have a different level of time that I now than I had when my kids were 3 and 1 or 3 and a newborn child. Woo-hoo. It requires much more of me when they were so young because they required more of me. They are not as independent as they are now. Right now, I can come home, turn on the camera, and start working, knowing that as long as there's fridge, as long as there's food in the fridge or the freezer, they're going to be fine. They can help themselves. I can't say the same at 3 and 0, right? Like they need me to physically do all of the things just to survive. So I think you also need to give yourself some grace for whatever season you're in, but do not use that as a crutch. I'm gonna run my mouth and not blend out this concealer. I'm going to leave the concealer under here while I blend out the rest of it and run my mouth. Now that the season that I'm in is that both of my kids are gone during the day to school, these are my working hours, right? So I am taking advantage of the time between 8 a.m. to 2:30 to get all of that professional work out of the way. Any content creation that I have to do, any admin, emails, contracts, all of the big to-dos, meeting with people, networking, I try and fit into this space. Obviously, attending other events happen later on in the evening when they're typically at home. That's when I tap into my resources. I'm really good friends with a neighbor. She'll keep the kids for me when I'm gone, or at least keep an eye out for them when I'm gone attending those things. I lean heavily on their dad, right? Like making sure that we all are on the same page when it comes to schedules so that I have the opportunity to still focus on my career and still show up the way that I want to within my motherhood journey. And girl, I'm a big outsourcer. I'm an outsource. Okay. I'm going to have housekeeping. I am going to have used my laundry services. I use two apps, Hamper and Poplin. Poplin tends to be cheaper for me or less expensive for me in this area. It's about $1 a load. No, that's a lie. $1 a pound. They have a $20 minimum. I'm usually around that like $35 mark plus tip. Um, but the clothes come back folded, and all you have to do is unpack them and put them away because I can wash clothes all day. I can. It is the folding and actually putting away of laundry that gets me.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
But I also involve my kids in household chores. So dishes is always a big one. My oldest son, he handles dishes. That's his chore. My younger son will unpack the dishwasher so that my older son can actually do the dishes, pack it back up, rinse and repeat. See what works within your household. Who can you delegate those tasks within the household to? Outsource what you can and lean onto your community, sis. Okay. Next question is, what has been the most challenging part of being a mom and a wife? Ooh, that's a great question. Because depending on how deep we go, I can cry and mess up this whole makeup, and we just cannot do that. But talking about makeup, I just saw this hack by Alyssa Ashley. Well, I don't know if she made it up, but I saw it from her where she uses an eyeshadow that's the same shade of her under eye concealer to help with creasing, and it really has been working. There is a shade in this Patricia Bright palette called Natural Glam. It's very close to my concealer shade. I'm putting a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to brush that right underneath my eyes where I tend to get the most creasing. I still do get some creasing, but I found that it does help where it's not as bad, because I don't know what the girls do, but my under eyes are going to crease. It don't matter how quickly I set them, they are going to crease. But this has helped a lot. But back to the topic at hand. Because I became a wife and a mom at the same time, we got married literally 4 days before we had Trey. Um, Transitioning into those roles, I just completely lost myself. It is what it is. I think the most challenging thing was not losing myself. It was, okay, I lost myself here and I was operating in a way that made y'all comfortable. And now I have to work out of it while still honoring the roles, right? Because that can be hard. It can be It's a tricky situation to navigate because what you're saying to your family is things are going to be changing. I still love you so much and I still want to be your wife. I still want to be your mom. However, the way that I was acting before, I'm so sorry, but I ain't gonna be acting like that no more. Okay? And it can be very hard not only for you to reinvent yourself, find yourself, and start operating in a way that's more true to you, but also you have to hold space for your family was used to you doing certain things and putting them completely first in all ways. And so it's an adjustment period. It's not going to be perfect. We all have to adjust to what is new, and it's easy to tap out here because of how things are changing. But just being able to, yes, stick to your boundaries, stick to your guns, and also giving them space to adjust to the new you that's still changing, right? Because you don't go from being lost to being completely who you're supposed to be in a day. It's not overnight. So things that might be okay, might not be okay next week, they might be okay again the week after. And so just trying to keep your family all on the same page while you're going through these transitions can be very challenging, but it is doable. Okay, I have done it, I am still doing it. It is doable. Next, how are you feeding your teenager? This one is eating me out of house and home, sis. Same. I am nervous because he's still 12. We haven't even fully hit full teenager yet. And the way that this boy is eating, I don't understand. I keep asking him, like, sir, where is it going? The one thing with my son is he don't snack. Not my oldest child. He does not snack. He has full-on meals. He'll come home and want to make a hamburger and wings and talk about this is pre-dinner snack. So that's a meal. But what I have found, that was a lot of powder. You don't need that much. What I have found to help a lot is we shop at Costco. can't imagine what my food budget would look like if I was solely shopping at the grocery stores. Like, our local grocery stores are Publix and Whole Foods. There's just no way. And then I also make sure that there's a lot of things in the house that he can help prepare himself. So we do buy the frozen wings that are already pre-made, and he can just pop them in the air fryer when he's ready. And for his little brother too, okay? Because our rule is, if you're making something, you need to check to see if anybody else is hungry and then assist them in the eating endeavor as well. Leave mommy out of it. I'm really raising these kids to be independent, y'all. That's how I get my time back. But anywho, so hot wings, butterfly shrimp. We do a lot of Impossible burgers, salmon. He knows how to make salmon in the air fryer. We'll buy sushi. The Costco in Duluth has sushi in bulk. We'll buy sushi in bulk. And so I try and keep those convenient items wholesale in the freezer. The only vegetable that he will willingly eat by himself without being coerced is cauliflower rice and green beans. So I try and keep those in stock and on hand. So whenever he's hungry, girl, because like I said, my boy don't eat chips and stuff, and it's a good thing because those things aren't filling, right? But whenever he's hungry, he can go help himself. It's in the fridge or freezer, sir. May God be with you. But that's the only way I keep that boy fed. It's the only way. I am not a huge chef. I don't really like cooking like that. So making it as convenient as possible. Yeah. And if I do, or when I cook, I try and cook in bulk, because I found myself getting to a place where once he hit this growth spurt situation where I was cooking basically every day, and I don't like to cook regardless. Cooking every day it's not for me. And it's at least not right now. And he's 12, so I'm 12 years in this thing, and it has never been for me. Moving along to the all about me / my self-care journey category. The first question is, if you had all the money you want and could spend your time doing anything, what would you do? Great question. Honestly, I think I would be doing more behind the scenes, because God's still trying to break that you only want to be behind the scenes spirit off of me, child. But seriously, I would be investing money into community programs that serves underserved or underprivileged Black and brown women, specifically like teen moms and their children, into helping them with housing, with healthcare, with education, resources to increase their professional careers, thus increasing their income, resources to help their children with education, and the things that more wealthy neighborhoods get exposure to that the underprivileged neighborhoods that are filled with people like us do not. So even allowing them to travel with their children, I think would be a great program to run. And if I didn't have an issue, not that I have issues with money, but if I had all the money I could ever want or desire, I would be funding that and then living on the beach somewhere. I have this desire where every summer I want to bring my kids to a new country, but not just go for 5 to 7 days, like go for 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, the entire summer, as much as baseball will allow, just to experience a different culture and show them how other people live, and really experience culture in different countries. So that is what I would be doing. Time is the ultimate freedom for me. Like, the older I get, the more that I see how valuable time is. Getting my time back, that's my ultimate desire. What's your go-to thing to do for self-care? Mentally, my go-to thing is writing, journaling, and praying. That coupled with therapy, girl, a game changer for me, self-care is truly anything that is going to actually push me forward in a healthy way. Yes, I love having my nails done. Again, don't look at them right now. I love getting a massage and a facial and having my hair done and even going to my dance fitness classes. Like, I love that stuff, but it is still superficial because we can be dolled down, dressed to the nines, and suffering in silence. Okay. So, my go to thing, and it's free, like journaling, sitting down and writing something, or if you're not a huge writer, recording yourself on video or on audio, but truly going through that process is free and it's so healing. Try it. Try it, girl. You light a candle, set the vibes, and pull out your paper or your voice recording and do some processing and see how freeing it feels. Next question is, girl, drop the workout routine ASAP. Says, I'm gonna be for real. A lot of it is just genes, girl, because right now, I'm literally only dancing. It's literally the only exercise, walking and walking. Dancing and walking, it's all that I am doing intentionally right now. I do desire to get back into weightlifting. I was strength training heavy during the pandemic when we was all locked inside, child. And then after that, sis, I was in the gym, okay? Um, but right now I am dancing more for my mental than my body. But we are going to change that in 2024. I am actually going to start back strength training. I think I'm just going to go back to the Sweat app. I love the Sweat app, and I love it used to be called Bodies by Rachel, but I think it's called Move With Us now. But those are two apps that I love. Um, so I can incorporate, like, they give guided workouts that you can incorporate when you're at the gym or even at home. Love that for me because I am not comfortable with free weights, like just to go to the gym and be like, oh, okay. Like my best friend, Jelena, if you don't follow Jelena, it's at Jelena Simpson. I'll put her information down below. She is studying to become a personal trainer, and she will go into the gym and just pick a machine and actually work out. Girl, I was gonna say I could never, but I endeavor to be, and that is changing in 2024. So once I have that workout routine, I'll update you, okay? But right now, I'm literally going to my dance fitness class 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. And then I walk when the weather is good. I'll walk outside. Sometimes I'll do the Stairmaster, but I'm not like doing anything other than dancing consistently. Oh, this is a good question to follow up with the last one. Do you have a hobby or talent that most people don't know about? If you don't watch my Instagram stories, you won't know this. If you do, then you've seen it, but sparingly. But I used to be a majorette in high school. And so if you don't know what that means, it's the girl who twirled the baton, child. Insert video here. And a lot of people don't know that about me. Like, I think at this point you know that I like to dance, but you don't know that I twirl, girl. So yeah, and I was real good. At one point I could do the two batons at one time. I was learning how to do fire, but my mother was heavily against that. So I didn't really get to train with the fire batons actually lit. Cause it's a process, okay? I was like learning how to flip and all of the things with the baton. It's been a while since I've tried any of those things, but that is a talent that I know most of y'all probably don't know that I have. How do you treat yourself or indulge on the weekends? I sleep in and I rest and I recover. I have seasonal weekends, okay? Especially now that the boys are older, are in sports for real, for real. Weekends tend to be dedicated to baseball when baseball season is in play. Right now, we are not in session, but it's coming soon. They just started back lessons and stuff. So, right now, my indulging is seeing my friends and hanging out with my girls. Dinners, brunches, girl, I'm coming over, movie dates, all of the things. That is how I indulge. It's so much harder to get together with your girlfriends during the week, especially now that everybody has kids or is like busy, period. Having good, solid friendships is one of the ultimate forms of self care, at least for me as a woman. And so that is how I indulge, which I think I saw a friendship question. Yes. How do you maintain friendships when you're so busy? Girl, be intentional. You just have to be very intentional, understanding everyone's thresholds. There are some friendships that I get to see a lot more of just because we're in kind of like the same space and pace of life right now. And I'm also not a I can't do high maintenance in friendships right now. I just can't. So, I'm down for a quick call, a quick FaceTime, texting. I am better, honestly, and let's make a date to see each other. As far as the like staying in touch with through text or on the phone every day, I don't have the capacity for that. But if we're going, hey girl, this Saturday we're gonna go pour these candles or we're gonna go to a pottery class or something like that, that is where I thrive in friendships. I actually have a YouTube video about how to make friends in adulthood. I'll make sure to link that down below if you want like really solid tips on not just meeting people, but how to cultivate those connections into friendships. So go and watch that for like real concrete tips. But for me in my house, my friends understand that I'm busy. I understand that my friends are busy. We will shoot each other quick text messages to be like, hey girl, I'm free at 11. You want to do lunch? Cafe intermezzo? Shall we? Okay. Or just like being intentional about checking in, not waiting for your friends to always reach out to you. Reach out to them. If you think about them, reach out to them. I just did this yesterday, okay? I thought about Crystal and it was basically midnight and I said, "Girl, I know you probably sleep, but while I'm thinking about you, let me text you right now so when you see it, you know, you're on my mind. How are you, girl? Respond whenever." Don't make it so complicated or so complex. Or if you have a friend that needs more from you, just be honest in communication with them. They're like, girl, I can't be all of that for you right now. I don't know what the next season looks like, but right now, this is the capacity. And she might say, well, I can't be friends with you in this season. And guess what? It is okay. It is okay. We are all grown adults and should be able to have these type of conversations to go, "Hey girl, I'm just real busy right now and this is what I can do in this friendship. Is that enough? If not, I respect your decisions to pull away right now or we'll reconnect in the future." Girl, it's okay. The next friendship related question was, what's it really like hanging out with these influencers or IRL in real life? Y'all, y'all see how I just completely finished? I just stopped doing my whole makeup, okay? I don't know how to multitask when it comes to makeup, girl. I'm just like, we on the phone. Let's get to it. Oh, we're almost done. Okay. Brows and lashes. Brows and lashes. I am going to go in with my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen just to define some of my lashes, bring back some of that color that I lost from our foundation and concealer. I do have microbladed brows, but my microblade is real old. Okay. We talking like 5 years at this point. So I have a great outline, but I do need to go in and define some of the hair strokes, bring the brows back to life. Now, influencers in real life. Y'all, influencers are just regular people. That's it. Like, I have a pretty discerning spirit, if I do say so myself. So any influencer that you see me hang out with consistently or in passing, them people are the real deal to me from my experience with them. Because just because somebody showed up in your story as an angel, they can still be very much a villain in somebody else's story. I am sure that I am a villain in somebody else's story. Okay. So your experience with people might just be different than other people's experiences with same person. Totally fine. But from my experience, and I know which influencer this person is particularly asking about. Yes, Maya is truly just that sweet and genuine in real life. Entering this space in my 30s, not you out of focus. How long have y'all been out of focus? I hope not long. Entering into the content creator or influencer space in my 30s has been so beneficial for me because I know who I am and I am going to show up as said person in every space. I am not in desperate need for connections or these type of relationships. So I am not hanging out with anyone just for the sake of like, you're an influencer, I'm an influencer, let's do this. Or to build clout or something like that. I don't believe in connections or relationships solely because I think I'm going to benefit in a monetary way or in this space, followers, right? I only want genuine connections, okay? Because I don't know how to do small talk, y'all. I really am. We going deep, 7 levels real quick. And so if you only want to talk about the latest shoe, the latest bag, the latest car, the latest trip, the weather, I'm not the girl for you because I'm gonna be like, so how's your soul? What insecurities are you currently struggling with? Like, those are the conversations that we have over here. So, any influencer that you see me hanging out with, just know those are the conversations that we're having. Yeah, we might talk about the latest show and the latest trip and all of that stuff too, but the conversations are filled with substance. So I don't have any horror stories for you, y'all, because if I feel like somebody is not genuine, I don't hang out with them. So I know you probably was looking for tea, girl, but no, all these people is sweet. I or they're very kind. I have a few relationships with content creators that I'm looking forward to diving a bit deeper in 2024. I just told y'all about me texting Crystal to check up on her cuz I love Crystal. If you don't follow Crystal, I'll put her information on the screen too. She is hilarious. And again, genuine. What you see online is who she is in person. The same thing with Tiara. Tiara, same person. Bash, same person. They are all exactly who they are online, and I love them for it. Okay, let's hop into spirituality. Someone says, what role does spirituality play in your life and how do you incorporate it in your day? Spirituality is so important to me because it influences every other part of my life. Every time that I have ever dealt with anxiety, like crippling anxiety, or been in a funk, I won't say depressed, but in a funk that I couldn't really shake, it's literally tied to the health of my spiritual relationship with God. Whenever I get into a slump, I can almost guarantee you that I have not been praying, I have not been studying my word consistently, and I have been consuming a lot of social media or other forms of media that are not based in Jesus and his love for me. Okay. So, how do I incorporate it in my everyday? Little things like I do my daily devotional. And I'm really consistent with my daily devotional right now. Let us that continues. Um, I'm really into my word. I focus on a lot of Christian content, or even in my personal development content that I am leaning into, I do tend to gravitate to more Christian based personal development content. So, and I'm a visual learner, so I'm watching videos. I'm a little bit of auditory too. So I listen to podcasts, but most times I'm watching the podcast. But just immersing myself in that type of content, listening to worship music while I'm cleaning or while I'm working on things, praying for literally everything. Y'all, I pray so much because I'm praying for everything, all decisions, big and small. If I c- if I pass a car accident on the street, girl, I'm gonna say a little prayer, okay? But it keeps me so connected knowing that there is a higher power that I can cast my cares on, that it wants to handle the burden of life for me, that is interested even in the very small details of my life. Just knowing that everything is not just on my shoulders is so freeing. There is no, that's the only issue I have, not the only, but the main issue that I have with the whole manifestation gig is, especially because it is so self or egocentric, it's all on you. So if you're having negative thoughts, you're going to attract only negativity. You have to always be thinking positive thoughts in order to attract positivity. That's a lot of pressure. And so I'm gonna go with the God instead of the created, okay? Because I ain't, the one who actually wants to take care of my cares and align my path, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Another question is, what is the name of the book? I'm assuming you might be talking about my devotional. My devotional is 100 Days of Believing Bigger by Marshawn Evans. It is a devotional journal. Okay, so we really love that. If you are talking about the Bible study that we're going to be doing in the broadcast channel, that is called Worthy. It is by the Daily Grace Co. I'll link both of them down below in the description box for you. And if you're looking or interested in Bible study with a group of women, we are about to start this one in the broadcast channel, also called Under Construction on Instagram. So, if you're looking for a group of women to support you as you learn more about your identity in Christ, go ahead and join us, girl. We about to start soon. I'm putting on the Lily lashes. These are the Everyday Faux Milk Mink lashes in natural. These are my go-to everyday lash, and I also cut them down to fit my eye, which is super important. Cut your lashes, girl. Them lashes might be too long for you, and that's why they like making your eyes look droopy at the end. Cut them lashes. I'm also going to apply the lashes with lash glue liner from Kiss, because it's real simple and real easy. But before I do that, I do like to add a little bit of mascara on my natural lash first, going in with the Milk Makeup Mascara as I find our next question. I thought this question was really funny. It's, what's one outfit you've posted that you wouldn't wear again? If you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know that majority of my content, majority of my content is fashion related. So this is a very interesting question. What is an outfit that I've posted that I wouldn't wear again? Um, oh, actually, I had this super cute yellow two-piece set from Meshkey. If I can find pictures or video, I will pop them up on the screen for y'all to see. Such a cute set. I wore it for vacation in Jamaica about 2 years ago now. Man, time is really flying. I think it's been about 2 years since I wore that set in Jamaica. But one of the main tenets of my fashion content is the fact that I like to rewear my pieces in multiple different ways. So I had posted a video of re-wearing that set in multiple different ways. I'll pop it up there. And I got a comment saying, "Oh, you should have worn the skirt as a dress," because I had another hack that I wore a skirt as a dress and it went viral. Like viral for me, not Cat Williams viral for me. Like 13 million views or something like that just on Instagram alone, but it also went viral everywhere else. So, because of that, the comment was like, "Let's see you wear this dress or this skirt as a dress too." So I styled it as a dress, like so. And I'm gonna be honest, that's an outfit that I probably would not wear outside in real life. The whole wide belt thing worked just to tie in all the colors for this outfit because I wasn't about to buy anything just to wear this for content. Like no, this literally was just me making this skirt as wearing this skirt as a dress as a reply to the comment. And girl, that video also went viral again for me. I think it had like over 5 million views or something just on Instagram, but it also went viral on TikTok as well. And it went viral because there were so many people in the in the comments talking about how they hated the styling. I'm like, girl, low key, I agree with you. I wouldn't wear this outside for real, not this specific skirt this way with this combination. Like, girl, I agree with you, but the skirt is yellow. How much more could I do with what I already had existing? Okay, all these people coming for me, and I agree with you. So yeah, that's probably the outfit that I posted that I wouldn't wear again because I never wore it initially to begin with. Okay, the next question was asking about what camera and lens and stuff that I use. I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested in this, but I have everything in my Amazon storefront. I'm currently filming on a Sony ZV-E10 with a Sigma 16 millimeter lens. Again, it'll be all on my storefront for you, sis. This is pretty much my go-to camera for content. So even short form content, I usually film on that or on my iPhone. Y'all, the back camera on the iPhone is amazing. Use what you got, okay? The hold on. Let me throw on this lash so we can get into this next question. I might have a lot to say for this next question, and we already I don't know how I'm about to edit this video, y'all, because it's so long. I'm acting like I don't have a whole child to go pick up from carpool. The next question is, do you believe in the soft life aesthetic? I believe in living a soft life. Do I believe in social media's portrayal of a soft life? Social media has a way of taking a concept and completely perverting it from what I think was the initial message or symbolism that it carried until it is trendy. Especially when it gets trendy, especially when there's so many people who start to attach themselves to it's a keyword, right? Because once somebody's video or piece of content does well around soft life as a keyword, now other people are going to gravitate to making content with those keywords because they want to get some of the views that are happening around the keyword. So then what soft life means, I think it just gets lost in all of the creators who are just making videos or making content solely for views and not really with purpose. So for me, the aesthetic that I see around the soft life is giving myth. It's giving very focused on the aesthetics of the thing without really explaining what that means for people. Soft life for me is a personal definition. because I've seen so many people take soft life as, or so many creators take soft life, the keyword, and have it portray this thing of like not working hard or not working at all. And there is this saying, it's like, ooh, child, it's the Jamaican girl sitting here trying to tell y'all an American saying. I don't remember the saying specifically, but it's like, making the easy choice today leaves for a harder tomorrow, right? But making the harder choices today leads to an easier tomorrow. And I think the soft life aesthetic, as we see it portrayed online, is taking the easy way now, leading to a harder tomorrow or a harder life. Because, girl, if you don't work, how is life gonna be soft? Unless you just have someone who is going to take care of you forever, no strings attached. I don't know how you get away with not doing any work or any hard work at all. Most things that come easy are not fulfilling or gratifying in the long run. And I also think that it's robbing so many women of their actual identity, because the soft life is now being portrayed hand in hand with femininity and this level of class that comes with it. And what is defined as classy is a very specific look and a very specific dress, or how you dress, how you carry yourself, how you speak. And everybody is not meant to look, sound, or live the same way. And I feel like if we get stuck in this trap of always going with the trend or chasing what's currently trendy, you lose yourself completely in it. We saw it with the natural hair movement, where it started as something. Kimberly Sherrill just posted this on her Instagram, and I couldn't agree more. The natural hair community started as a movement of embracing yourself, your natural beauty, your hair, especially where society was, where natural hair was deemed unprofessional, not classy, not elegant, ghetto, okay, hard to manage, right? And so we were in this space of unlearning those things and embracing ourselves for how we naturally are before we start manipulating our hair. And then it turned into the natural hair police and this really ugly community of attacking women if they didn't use a certain product or had a certain routine, or use combs, didn't use combs, shingled, didn't shingle, curly girl method, that's stupid, y'all use oils, we do not. And it was just like, it turned into this very natural hair had to look a certain way from your routine to the results in order to fit the natural hair aesthetic. And it leaves out so many people. Under her post, I commented that that happens because all people have done is swap out one identity for a new one and not finding self. And I am seeing that in the soft girl aesthetic trend, because it is very much a trend right now, where we are just chasing the look and the appearance of it without really diving deep on who you are for yourself. When you strip all of it away, when you strip away the money, when you strip away the designer labels, when you strip away the things that come with somebody who is living a soft life, girl, who are you? Who are you? And that's really just what it comes down to, is there's no stronger confidence than walking in alignment with who you are, who you were designed to be, walking in your purpose, realigned with God's ideas for you. No stronger confidence than that. Because you can pick up this trend if you want to, but you're going to be walking in somebody else's path. It's one thing to get inspired buy content and to get inspired by these trends and these aesthetics. It's a totally different thing to completely change your entire existence based on what somebody else is feeding you as the newest trend, and as you ain't the it girl unless you're doing this. So don't get caught up in the keywords, girl, because that's all it is. It's all marketing is what it comes down to. So do I believe that certain people are living a particular soft life? Yes, but it's up for you to define what type of life you want to live and what is your definition of soft, baby, because soft could mean slow, soft could mean something else for you. It's up for you to define that, and you do not get to the true definition of what your life is supposed to look like if you don't start with who you are. But I would love to know your thoughts on this whole soft life aesthetic. Weigh in down below, girl. Do you agree that it is just a trend or an aesthetic, or is this something that we all are supposed to be striving to? Let me know. Now, I'm a clear gloss girl, so I'm just going to put on a little bit of liner and a gloss, but that is pretty much my everyday face. I hope that helps you with your makeup routine and also getting to know me a little bit more. I didn't get through all of the questions, so let me know if we should do a part 2, sis, or if there's any other questions that you wanted me to answer that I did not. Leave those down below as well, and I will see you in the next one.